Welcome to Living with Autism by Michael Lettman and Happy Autism Acceptance Month. Recent activity, after helping out with a presentation, I was selected to speak during that presentation for the Autistic Community Special Month of 2025. Therefore, I would like to share with you, my viewers, how this subject matter expert of AHRC NYC was able to have done well speaking to everyone during that presentation. Please enjoy!
Self-Advocate for the autistic community. And I would like to wish you all a happy Autism Acceptance Month of 2025. Yay! So to start things off, as we all know, what is autism? Autism is a developmental disability that changes a lot of parts of our lives. It changes how we think, understand the world, move, communicate, and socialize. Autism exists on a spectrum and is different for everyone. Autism makes us different from non-autistic people, and that's okay. Autism is still a normal part of life and makes us who we are. Isn't that right? Yeah. We might hear people call autism a spectrum. That means every autistic person is different. We like, dislike, and need help with different things. Some autistic people may need a whole lot of help with one thing, while other autistic people may not need help with the same thing. One person may look less autistic than another person, but there is no such thing as being more or less autistic. We're all just autistic. Isn't that right, everyone? Many autistic people have a special interest or interest, like trains. I like trains. Or a favorite band that they spend a lot of their time thinking about. Many autistic people stim. And in case no one knows, stimming is moving the same way over and over, like flapping, rocking, pacing, being extra active, or playing with a fidget toy that can help them feel better or be in a good mood. I stim a lot, to be honest. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nope. I stim too. You know it. Many autistic people communicate differently than other people. Some are nonverbal, speak from scripts, rely on devices, or repeat things. But all autistic people have ways to communicate, even if it's difficult for others to understand. If everyone understands what I mean, of course. We have our ways to communicate. Many autistic people also interact differently from non-autistic people in social situations. Whether in unique introductions, whether being both shy / nervous. I hope everyone understands what I mean from the last part.
Yeah. We get you, man. We get you.
Thank you very much. Autism facts. Autism is not a disease. Autism cannot be cured. Autism is something you are born with. Autism is not caused by vaccines. Autism has always existed, but the ways it has been recognized and diagnosed has changed over time. Autistic people pay taxes, play baseball, write poetry, go on dates, and do everything that anyone else can do in life. In other words, you all understand what I mean, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with autism. It's not contagious, like some people would assume it would. And us on the spectrum, we can still do some things that non-autistic people can do, right? That's what the facts say. Preach to the choir, brother.
You can do everything without autism. You can do.
Good. Okay. You say that again after you step.
Everything people without autism can do. And you know, we we want to make sure that you all know that and can combat some of the really hateful speech that's been coming out lately about people on the spectrum, because I think we all know a lot of people with autism, and we know what the truth is, and some of these things, we're hearing other things from the government, which I think is really hurtful. And we want to make sure that everybody knows and understands and accepts people with autism.
You speak the truth, Matthew Estep. I cannot agree with you more. Agreed. Everyone, as we move on, I will remind you again, do not forget these facts. Masking. Ooh, you all need to hear this. Masking is a learned behavior where autistic individuals try to hide their autistic traits to fit into non-autistic spaces. In other words, out there in the community, we have to blend in. An example of masking is when an autistic child has to stop themselves from fidgeting during class to avoid looking different, during their school lives. It's a way of trying to fit in, but it can also lead to feeling stressed and tired. I don't blame the stress part to last. The effort required to mask can prevent people from focusing on what they are doing, cause stress, and lead to mental health problems. And we all know mental health problems can be a real issue. I feel sorry for that happening. Unfortunately, many autistic people feel the need to mask in many public spaces, especially public transportation. We all have to do that. I mean, think about it. If we don't mask, people might find us different and crazy or worse. So, I think it's important for us to survive out there. If you all understand what I mean, of course. Awareness versus acceptance, huh? Autism Awareness Month was started in 1970 by a researcher who studied people with autism. Back then, much less was known about autism, and one of the goals was to cure autism because it was not yet understood that autism is not a disease. I know that was back in the past, but that was a disgrace, to be honest. Autism Acceptance Month was created by and for the autistic community in 2011. Which by now, 14 years ago, to change the conversation around autism and shift it away from language that presents autism as a threat. Unforgivable. Autism Acceptance emphasizes that autistic people belong, that we deserve welcoming communities, inclusive schools, workplaces, and equal opportunities. We are grateful to welcome April being Autism Awareness / Acceptance Month.
Yeah.
Who here has heard of Autism Acceptance Month?
Yes, I did.
Who here has only hearing about it from the first time and probably only heard about Autism Awareness Month? Several on both counts. And that's important, like awareness goes a long way, but acceptance is where it's really at. And awareness can lead to some weird stigmatization because it's, we generally have awareness campaigns for diseases. We think breast cancer awareness, AIDS awareness, and autism is not a disease, and we need to move away from that language so that we can really support the autistic community.
This is definitely a lifelong question for the autistic community. Can we be more accepting? Autism, sorry, my bad. Couldn't talk. Acceptance is an action. Practice it. Respecting the rights and humanity of all autistic people. Don't judge people's behaviors if they do not harm, or if they do no harm. Listen to autistic people's perspectives and center their needs. Support advocates. Support autistic people and their advocacy. Stand up to those who promote debunked anti-vaccine messages. Get to know people with autism. There are many in this room. Is that right? We have a long way to go to be accepted. To be honest. Well, known people with autism, huh? Ooh, these are the spectrum who managed to become successful in their lives. Satoshi Tajiri, creator of Pokemon. That's right, everyone. I was surprised myself, to be honest, those years ago. The creator of Pokemon, Satoshi Tajiri from Japan. He's on the autism spectrum.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, y'all didn't know that? That famous franchise known as Pokemon? Remember this, everyone. The creator of Pokemon is on the autism spectrum. I repeat, the creator of Pokemon is on the autism spectrum.
Disorder.
Say again, Shanice.
Satoshi Tajiri, creator of Pokemon, is on the autism spectrum disorder.
I know that, Shanice. And I know the name is hard to pronounce in Japanese. Satoshi Tajiri. Okay, probably too. Anyway, let's proceed. Sorry about that. Temple Grandin, scientist and autism advocate. I've heard much about her, actually. She's spoken.
Yeah, Temple Grandin, she's definitely an icon of the autism community.
And great movie too, if you get the documentary. Claire Danes plays Temple Grandin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just saw a presentation by Dr. Temple Grandin herself with my mom. She did a World Autism Conference on Zoom. And she got to see a Temple Grandin presentation. And I really got to say this about her. She is definitely an icon of the autism community.
You said it. Proceeding. Anthony Hopkins, an actor. And there's Hannah Gatsby, a comedian. Bella Ramsey, another actor. C. Williams, NASCAR driver. Right. Well, I'm impressed. NASCAR driver on the autism spectrum. Tariq L. Auger, baseball player. I can't say it right.
Tariq Al-Abor.
Thank you.
I got it.
Alright. Greta Thunberg, environmental activist. Oh, talk about a helpful individual for Earth Day. The environment is part of Earth Day, that's after all.
We are everywhere.
So my hope for this Greta to do something for Earth Day.
I think that's important. I think that's important.
Eric, I really appreciate that.
Now let's proceed. How can you learn more? There's ASAN, the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, which has great resources. That's their link. Oh, and there is my project. Living with Autism, I'm Michael Lettman. My project is another place where you can hear an autistic self-advocate story. And if you're an autistic self-advocate like myself, a place where you can be interviewed to share your own story is my channel.
So if you guys want to be involved in sharing your story like that, talk to Michael, talk to me, and we can set something up. Michael's got a great YouTube channel and a Wix page. You can see the band, you can check them out. Or just Google them, you'll find it. He does some great work, and I wanted to take this chance to promote it because he's an amazing self-advocate.
Michael, I remember me and you did it.
Angela, oh, I remember you.
Me and Michael, we did today, guys. Me and Michael was going to go to we were going to event that in the past, and we were going to do the autism spectrum day, and in the college program. I was in the hostel program, and yeah, we were going to do the interview, right, Michael?
Actually, if I remember, you're one of my upcoming interviewees. We did record an interview once, but the person who did it for us never sent it back to us, so there's lots of... Yeah, in the future, I'll have to get back to you so we can do another interview so my viewers can hear you right. In other words, let's wrap things up for you, everyone. I thank you all for coming and hearing this out from your special mom.
Final statement. What else can I say? A lot of important details involving the lives of the autistic community had been spoken. Whew. Therefore, whether it's organizations like AHRC NYC or advocates like myself, whether amateur or professional, we all still have a long way to go to see how the future lives of the autistic community can be improved for the better. I hope you all understand that. I wish you all a happy Autism Acceptance Month. That is all.